over, the rocket strikes will have already been at least beginning to happen. And so they did another interview today, and this is where obviously this is in English. It is, again, probably, you know, done in order to reach American audiences. Are you a Jew in disguise? Am I a Jew? As far as I know, I have literally zero Jewish heritage. But as far as I know, it is a literal fucking goose egg. Literally zero. You look Irish and German? Good one. And Scottish, too. That's the third one. But yeah, those are the main three. Gold, yes. Anybody that has gold in anything, that automatically means it's a Jew. No, it does not. No, that's not it at all. Yes, I've seen the Asmon Goldstein, the Asmon Goldberg stuff. Listen, guys, I've seen all of it, okay? I think it's funny. I do. It's funny. I don't take offense to it. It's just funny to me. Here we go.
The news that has just come in, the Wall Street Journal.
This came out this morning. Like, actually just a couple of hours ago.
Is reporting that Iran has been urgently signaling that it wants to end hostilities and to resume talks over its nuclear program. According to the Journal, they have been sending messages to Israel and the United States via Arab intermediaries. Have you received that message from the Iranians?
Well, not directly, but I'm not surprised. I mean, they want to continue to have these fake talks in which they lie, they cheat, they string the U.S. along, and you know, we have very solid intel on that.
Yeah, that's the reason why they killed them in the middle of negotiations, is they thought they were getting bullshitted. Yeah, it's obviously one.
They want to keep on building their nuclear weapons and building their mass ballistic missile arsenal, which they're firing at our people. They want to continue.
Says him. Yeah, obviously it says him. But like that's their line of reasoning, and it makes sense.
Continue to create the two existential threats against Israel while they're talking. That's not going to happen. You know, we're not at the 11th hour.
Keep what he said in mind. He said two existential threats. Nuclear is only one of those threats. So even if Iran denukes and they sign all of this denuclearization thing, this will still not absolve them of the problem that Israel has with them. So like getting to a nuclear agreement will not completely solve this.
We're the 12th hour, and we stopped. We acted to secure the life of the nation, and we're going to continue until we remove the two existential threats, the nuclear threat and the threat to 20,000 ballistic missiles that are equivalent to 2 nuclear bombs. So they want to stop and keep it, but we are committed to removing those threats.
So if you were an I don't really know, right? I mean, a lot of this stuff is like, it's very hard to assume intent, but there are a lot of people that like, I mean, if I was going to read this and read into this with a person who has a mind that is anti-Israel, I would say that they're hedging their bets. So even if Iran does come to the table with the nuclear, you know, like treaties and everything, that Israel can still have a justification to continue bombing them and continue attacking them. Do you see kind of like where that's coming from? You already had a nuclear agreement? Yeah, but they didn't do it.
So I think what I hear you saying quite clearly is there will be no end to the Israeli bombing of Iran until you have accomplished your objective here. You're not going to stop.
Objectives. Multiple. There are 2 objectives.
Peace talks.
Well, look, we had the peace talks. We gave it a chance. We've, you know.
They gave peace a chance, and man, I am so glad I played that game. I think about that game once every 3 days, if not more. And now they're giving war a chance. Oh my God. Yep. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. That shit was crazy.
Clench our teeth. We did everything we could to enable President Trump to negotiate the desired result, and that would have been preferable for us, and I think for everyone. But we saw in the course of the negotiations, while they were negotiating with the United States, the Supreme Leader of Iran, Ayatollah Khamenei, tweeted almost every day, "Death to Israel." The talks were being merely a facade, and we are absolutely.
I can't believe in this day and age, you have world leaders that are like fucking getting mad about tweets. They're like, oh yeah, oh, you're saying you want to negotiate with us? Well, then why are you tweeting that you want to blow up our country? Like, isn't that insane? Stalin, yeah. Like, what would Hitler be tweeting?
Could be achieved with negotiations, fine, but It wasn't being achieved, so we had to act to safeguard our existence. You would do the same.
Can you imagine that?
But over the weekend, we heard from President Trump on Truth Social.
I guess I can find out. Just pull up
Iran
Kanye's
and
Twitter.
Israel should make a deal and will make a deal. We will have peace soon between Israel and Iran. Many calls and meetings now taking place.
Surely.
If President Trump asked you to stop the bombing campaign to resume these talks, would you do it?
Well, President Trump has been a great leader of the world,
No.
and a great leader and a great friend of Israel. And he put forward the
Answer
terms
is no.
very clearly in the negotiations. He said Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. And in order for it not to have a nuclear weapon, it cannot have the capacity to enrich uranium, which is the prerequisite for nuclear weapons. Iran refused. It just refuses all the time. It cheats, and it continues to try to weaponize the enriched uranium they already have. They have 9 atom bombs worth of enriched uranium. They're working secretly, as we shared with the United States. They're working secretly to rapidly weaponize this. In a few months, they would have nuclear bombs. That's what they wanted.
And I think this type of language doesn't work as well anymore because, again, a lot of the people that are voting age in America remember hearing this about Iraq. And Saddam Hussein, oh, we've got to go over there and do that. You see what I'm saying? He didn't answer? Yeah, he did. Yeah, and also keep in mind, he did not answer that. WMDs again? Yeah, and the thing is that it could be a bully who cried wolf situation. He could be telling the truth now, but the problem is that when people have been alienated through lies, the truth looks like a lie. It's like you have false negatives and you also have false positives.
They want to continue stringing the U.S. along, build up those weapons. They don't want to seat at the table. They want to blow up the table. Specifically, they want to blow up Israel and purchase time. And I think the U.S. shares the intel. I know they share the intel because we share intel with each other. If it's fake talk, obviously not. If Iran will relinquish the means to destroy our country, then obviously it's preferable to anything else, but that hasn't happened.
Keep in mind that there are 2 very different goals